Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Star back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about a potential trade that would land the Chicago Bulls shooting guard slash point guard Alex Caruso to Sacktown with the Sacramento Kings, as it has been possibly rumored that Alex Caruso might be heading out of Chicago this offseason, and is also rumored to be the top candidates to trade for him. That the top candidates to land Alex Caruso are Phoenix, Golden State, and along Golden State, the third team is Sacramento. And Sacramento has some interest in trading for him. And I gotta say, it would be an amazing trade if Sacramento was able to land a trade landing Alex Caruso. You got a view of what the guard duo off the bench would be between Alex Caruso and Malik Monk. I mean, Monk was absolutely amazing in the playoffs he was absolutely amazing for the playoffs for Sacramento in that 7-game series. Was just dominant. Was probably their second or third best player in that series besides De'Aaron Fox. And even though he was solid, really, really good for them, in the playoffs and in the regular season, I don't see a world where he's starting for them next season. I really do still think he'll be coming off the bench, and he'll be the point guard, and then he'll be the shooting guard, and Caruso would be the backup point guard. That's a really good, off the bench, backcourt duo with Alex Caruso and Malik Monk for two guys off the bench. I mean, Caruso this season with the Chicago Bulls averaged 6 points per game with 3 rebounds per game and 3 assists per game, and averaged 1.5 steals per game. He's not a big scorer. I think on this Kings offense, and how they work, I think Caruso would probably average around 8.5, maybe 9 points per game. He'd be taking way more shots. He's on a Bulls team that, he was on the Bulls team this season where they have a lot of good scorers. They have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, 2 All-Stars. Nikola Vucevic, he's an All-Star. He's been an All-Star, but I think the way he's playing right now is not really an All-Star. I mean, he had a really good season this year, but he's not really an All-Star type player. They have other really good scorers. Caruso's not really used as the offensive type player. He is a really good defensive player, arguably, if not the best, one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. He's worth at least a first-round pick, and if not more with a first round, more assets with a first-round pick. And Sacramento's defense without him in would be excellent. Their offense would be better too, because in Caruso's, he doesn't provide a lot of offense, but the little offense he does provide is good. Plus his defense, and he's a good passer as well. I don't know. I just think Alex Caruso with Sacramento off the bench would be really good for this Sacramento team. But let's talk about what a trade to land Alex Caruso to the. Let's talk about what a trade to land Alex Caruso to Sacramento would look like. So heading to Sacramento would be Alex Caruso, just Alex Caruso going to Sacramento, and then going to Chicago would be Richaun Holmes, who, although he's had before this season had 3 really good seasons this year. Before this season in 2019, the 2019-20 season, the 2021 season, and then the 21-22 season had excellent years. But ever since Domantas Sabonis came in for the Sacramento Kings at the deadline last year, his minutes have disappeared, and they signed him to a big deal right before the 2021 season, and he barely played last season. Averaged 3.1 points per game last year with 2 rebounds per game. Only took 89 shots and barely played for Sacramento. But the years before, in the 21-22 season, averaged 12 points per game. Then I think the 2021 season averaged 11, and then the 2019-20 season averaged like 10.4 points per game. So he didn't have a lot of impact last year, but the last couple years before, he was very, very impactful for their team. as the starting center. And going into Chicago, he would be the backup center. I'm assuming most likely they're going to re-sign Vucevic. So Richaun Holmes would be an excellent backup center for their roster. And Richaun Holmes would be getting a lot of minutes as the backup center. So, but that's not the end of the trade. So Richaun Holmes is going to Chicago, and Alex Caruso is going to Sacramento. But along with Richaun Holmes, the 24th pick in this year's draft is going to the Chicago Bulls. I like this trade for Chicago because, number one, they don't have any draft picks in this year's draft, not even a second rounder. They could have got a first this year, but Orlando will be drafting their first round pick in this year's draft with the 11th overall pick. So in that case, they have no firsts and they have no seconds. And to get a first, even though you maybe could potentially get some other firsts from some other teams, if maybe you trade DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, I don't know if it will happen, but they will definitely probably get some first round picks if they trade one of those players. But who knows if they do trade LaVine or DeRozan, if it would be after or before the draft. I think honestly, in my opinion, though, if LaVine or DeMar DeRozan is going to get traded, it's going to be after the draft. So I don't think they would be really getting a first round pick for Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan that is in this year's draft. So I think this is probably one of their only chances to get a first-round pick in this year's draft, unless they trade Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan before the NBA draft happens on June 22nd, which I think if one of those guys gets moved or both of them gets moved, I don't think a trade for DeRozan or LaVine really happens after the draft and, mid-free agency possibly, during the summer league going on, that type of stuff. So in that case, trading Caruso would be probably one of their only chances to get a first-round pick in this year's draft, unless they do make a crazy move and trade LaVine or DeRozan before the draft. But Caruso is definitely worth the 24th overall pick. I say the only reason Sacramento keeps the 24th overall pick is if Chris Murray from Iowa falls down to Sacramento, as Keegan Murray is who they drafted last year with their first-round pick, and he had an excellent rookie season. Great shooter, just really excellent rookie season there. And to see the brothers playing with each other, I think would make not only Chris better, but Keegan better as well, to see them playing together in Sacramento. And I don't see a way where Chris Murray falls to 24 unless maybe Sacramento trades up, which that is very possible. But at the same time, I don't see a way, because I think my favorite team, the Houston Rockets, are going to have some interest at 20. I think Brooklyn is going to have Brooklyn has two picks. Brooklyn has 21 and 22. So Brooklyn has two chances to take Chris Murray, at 21 and 22. I don't see if Chris Murray is available at 21 or 22. I don't see Brooklyn passing out on him. So in that case, I don't think Sacramento trades up. I mean, maybe they do trade up. Who knows? But I really don't see it where the Sacramento Kings get Chris Murray in this year's draft. So in that case, they should trade the 24th overall pick in Richaun Holmes for immediate help. And I think one of the best players you can get for Richaun Holmes in the 24th overall pick is definitely Alex Caruso. But you guys have your thoughts on the trade idea. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.